My name's Bobbie Graham. I'm going to be the big 6-0 this year. And I deliver leadership and management programs for senior leaders, which I really enjoy. My employees are very sympathetic and very supportive about my condition. So I had my normal breast screening 3.5, 4 years ago. We were just coming out of COVID, if you remember. Had my breast screening, thought that was the end of it. It was just the normal one they call you for at my age, but got a recall. Had to go to, I think it was a private provider that was running the NHS service at the time. They did biopsies. So yeah, went from having cancer to having stage 4 cancer. And of course, stage 4 cancer, you imagine you're just going to die within the next few months. So I had to put all my affairs in order. And I wanted to take back control, and I wanted to understand what I could do to improve my outcomes, what was going on out there. So very little information on secondary breast cancer, very little. And then PKB, I realised it sat behind the NHS app, which we all had as a result of COVID and being able to demonstrate our COVID injection status, especially as we wanted to travel abroad. And I realised it was underneath and powering, if you like, the results into the NHS app. And then lo and behold, one day I was rummaging around in the app and I discovered that my scan results went into it. And I was like, well, this is interesting. So once I was empowered with my results, I stopped. I said to my oncologist, why am I coming in to see you? And he was like, well, you're coming to get your results. And I was like, but I've got my results in the app. I don't need to see you. I can read the results. And first of all, jokingly, he said, but Bobbie, what if all my patients were like you? And I said, you need them to all be like me so that you can spend the time with the people who haven't got the good results, and you need to discuss their next stage treatment or, you know, whatever it is that's available to them. But I just feel really empowered. I feel like I'm managing cancer, and I'm taking control of my life because cancer took some of my life away from me. Yeah, I understand there's some medical speak in there, but these days you can just put it into ChatGPT or anything and it will tell you, you know, what's going on. And what's the worst that can happen? You've got over the emotional side before you go for your appointment. Your rational brain is now online, and you can have a discussion with your oncologist about what your choices or your treatment are. Rather than sitting there, they maybe tell you you've got progression and you just spend the rest of the appointment crying and not taking any information in. I think it empowers you as a patient because you know everything that's happened and what's been said and why they might be sending you for these tests. Otherwise, you might go to appointments and they're like, oh, we need you to do a urine collection or something like that. And you're like, why? But they haven't told you there's something wrong with your adrenal gland in the scan. And I just think it gives you that power of knowing what might they be asking you to do or what drugs might they be asking you to take at your appointment. And you can go in informed with a little book. And isn't that, you know, consultants are learned professionals who've studied for years and years, and they need to share their knowledge with us so that we can actively manage our conditions. PKB is just the best name because patients know best. I should be in control of my system. There should be no point where I've ever signed away my rights or anything to not be in control. It's in my gift. If I don't want to have treatment, I don't have to, do I? So patients know best by giving me the information at my fingertips, and I can control and not go for appointments that are not needed and are a waste of my time as well as the NHS. It's like there's the travel to the hospital, there's all the sort of checking in process, there's sitting in a clinic, and it gives me back that time. And you know, we go on holiday, we do a lot of volunteering for guide dogs. We have a community garden that my husband volunteers in, and we're big members of our community. We ran the food bank, as I've also spoken about, for which I got my British Empire medal, which I really enjoy having. And it's like that's the joy I get from being back in control.